What kind of food do you feed your mushing dogs and why?
Well, I make my own dog food, so I'm a little biased here. So we feed Momentum, which is a 35% protein, 25% fat food. And what we want to do with these endurance dogs, or dogs in general, is feed a highly fat-based diet, period. So lots of fats, lots of omega-3 fatty acids are key. And then we also add a lot of raw beef to it as well. We've done a raw-based diet for many, many years. And right now we're using mainly beef in addition to the dry food. And occasionally we'll bring in lamb or beaver too.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit more about your line of dog food, the Dr. Tim's? I know you guys just got new packaging. Could you describe the line a little bit?
Sure. The line we developed was after me working with a lot of athletic animals. And in doing so, I learned a lot of attributes of how to feed those dogs much more efficiently than I was typically exposed to with other diets in the market. And I then went through every ingredient and devised which ones were important, which ones weren't, which ones were fluff, which ones weren't, and then put it together to find a formulation that was going to fuel their metabolism like they should be. Once that was devised, then I had to find a plant that could make the food as to what I expected. It took me 6 plants to find the right plant to make it. And once we found on the right plant, we were able to make a food that just works terrific for the highly athletic dogs. But we took that diet and then expanded it down to the active dog and then the couch potato dog for that matter, so they could all benefit from the same premise. And that's our basis of our foods.
That's great. One last question for you. How does your veterinary background influence the nutrition you put into your food as well as how you feed your own dogs?
Sure. Being a vet, I see a lot of dogs come across my exam tables. And looking at that over the years, I figured out there's a lot of nutritional inadequacies out there that we could do better on. And then I just kind of traced it back working with athletic dogs as to just how important nutrition is. As a vet, we're not really explained a lot about nutrition when we're in school. It's kind of taken as a given, which is unfortunate. I didn't have an interest in nutrition when I was in college because I didn't have good classes. It really has to do with your professor. And once I got out and started working with my own dogs and working with other mushers and seeing the real relevance of how nutrition plays a part with these animals, I realized it could be taken a step further to the ordinary dog, the house dog. Everybody's a pet. And those dogs benefit just as much as these athletic dogs. We just feed less, and they thrive.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.